Okay, so we are going to see these functions that is called as table functions, okay, which we have union, intersect, except, okay, and then we'll go with the others. So let's understand this union, intersect, and except, okay. So for that, I have added this data. Let me show you the data which we have. Male details append and the female details append, okay. So let's see over here, 3, 4, and over here we have 1, 2, okay. So let's go with this option over here. Very first, you have to take the table. Okay. And now be careful over here while taking the table. What happened? Let's see. That's why I showed you the data which we have. ID, name, and gender. See what's happening. ID is coming as 1, 1. Okay. Because it's taking as a count. If you go with the field section, click on this arrow and see over here. So you have to change it. You have to make it as a don't summarize. Then you will get the proper option called 1, 2. Okay. So that is my male data. Okay. Now, next I am going to add female data. Same thing. Okay. Let's go over here. Okay. ID, name again, and over here, gender. Okay. See, again, same issue. ID making as a count. Okay. So let's make it as a don't summarize. Now we have record 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So the client requirement is that instead of going with this two table, I want a single table where I can show these both details. Okay. But before that, understand this union concept. Okay. For union, there are 3 rules. Very first rule, number of columns from both tables should be the same. Means in first table, I have 3 columns, ID, name, gender. Same in the second table, I have ID, name, and the gender. Okay. Second criteria, their data type should be match. Means if ID as a whole number, then here also I have to take ID as a whole number. Same with name and gender. As it is the text, then I have to take text over here. Okay, to combine these two. Third rule for that is Microsoft Power BI purpose. Okay, their column name should be also same. Means if you are putting ID as a column name over here, you have to put same ID over here. But in SQL, it will work out if you put employee ID, employee name, employee gender. That will work out in SQL. But in Power BI, it does not work out. Okay, so I will show you. Let's understand this union. Okay, so we are talking about table function. So you have to go to the modeling, and then there is a table function, new table. Okay, just click on that, and let me show you how to combine it. Okay, and one real-time example for this, let's say if you are getting the 10 countries data, 10 different countries data, and client asks you create a global report. So you can use this concept. By using the union, you can merge all 10 countries data and create one global report. Okay, so let me add over here function union. Okay, and then pass the value. Male details append, female details append. Bracket closed, enter. Okay. Once you enter, it will create table for us. Okay. Done. Now take the value. And I will display result in the center like this. Okay. And let's take this ID again. Name and gender. See, it's combining two data sets from here. Okay. For ID, again, I have to do the don't summarize. So I will get the record 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. My final result. Okay. For which function? Union. Okay. Now intersect what it does, it checks the match values. Okay. So I don't have any match value over here, but if I want to put, I can do that. Okay. Let me do that quickly over here in this particular table. Okay. So from where we are taking this table? We are taking this table you can check from here as well, data source setting. Okay, and this one. Okay, click on this. Okay, do Windows R, put that path, open it, that Excel file. So it will open. Let's wait, and we'll do one change quickly. Okay, over here I want to find it out. Email details append. Okay, and I want to copy this record. Okay, see what we are doing. I'm copying this data and putting over here. Control S. Close this one. Go to your Power BI file, and as we learn, we have to refresh this table now to get that result. Okay, so let's refresh from here. Okay, from here also you can do it. Just click on the female and refresh it. Okay, now it's refreshing all. Let it run, and we'll wait for that to refresh. And I will show you the intersect things. So let's understand till the time I will explain. Intersect is nothing but whatever match value we have in the second table, we can take that out, match records. Okay, and except is which is not matching. That value we can take from the except. Okay, so let it run and we'll do the intersect and the except function. Okay, so see over here, Sachin added after refresh. Now I'm going to do the intersect. Click on this table, click over here and put function name as an intersect. And as we discussed, the matching value is this one. So it will display in the result as Sachin. Okay, so let's run. See, now I'm getting the match value as a Sachin. Now, if I go with the except, so see, in the except, Raj is not available in my second table. If I go like this, okay, so it will display Raj record. Okay, if I go with the except, just enter it. See, and let's say if I change this table location, first I will get female details append, and second, if I take male details append, okay, then what's going to happen? So it will check. So see, second table we are checking with the first table. So in that, if I consider as a except, then I will get the value as Kanchan and the Ashwini because Sachin is present. Okay. So let's see, enter. If you are changing the location of your tables, again, it will create different results. See, okay. So be careful what table you are passing and how you are passing. Okay. So that is nothing but your union, intersect, and the except. Now, next thing we have summarize function. Okay. So summarize, I will show you how it works. First, we'll take the table and I will show you the things which we already have by default. If I go with the sales territory and the profit, okay, let's say sale and profit, I'm getting this result. Okay. Similar result I want, okay, by using the table function. So how I can do it, I will show you. Okay. Let's take this over here and minimize it a little bit like this. And now I'm going to take one table function. Again, modeling new table. Okay. So it works like your group by function, okay, which we have in a SQL. Okay. So let me show you how it works. Summarize. Okay. Now asking the table from where you have to group. So that is my city table and which column you want to be grouped. So that is my sales territory column. Okay. Comma. Then If you want to add more column to group, then you can add group column 2. Okay, but I don't want, so I will pass the my major value over here, sales territory profit. Okay, like this, which we do the alias in sequence, same thing. Now they are asking over here to do the expression, so I will provide my expression as sum of profit. Okay, and one more thing, you can add as many as over here functions like average, count. Okay, like that you can pass easily. So now just click on this because we are taking this one. So I will get the similar result which we have in the summaries. Okay, so let me show you over here. Let's take table to compare. Go over here, add this column, sales territory, which we have, and the profit. See, similar result I am getting by using summarize function, which we have in the Power BI. Okay, like this. Now the last function which is remaining, that is all except. Okay, so let me show you how it works. Again, new table. Let's say if I want to remove unwanted column from my table and the column which I require. So that purpose I can go with this function, okay, called as all except, and then pass the table name. So I'm passing city as a table, okay, and which column you don't require. Let's say city key, okay, I don't require. Then I don't require continent, okay. I don't require this country, okay. Don't require this, okay. Last recorded, lineage key, okay, comma, location, okay, comma, region. So whatever column you don't require, you can simply neglect that by using all except, and you will get the data which you want. Okay, let's say these are the columns I removed. Okay, in table 3. If you want to see over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And if you go in the original, see how many columns we have. So simply you can remove the column which you don't like it. Okay. So that is all about your table functions.